Game week 3 is over. It was good for some, not so good for others. After a terrible game week 2 on my personal FPL account, we bounced back with a great game week 3. However, on my YouTube account, after a great game week 2, we regressed a little bit with a below average game week 3. In today's video, we're going to go through last week's fixtures, react to the results and my predictions, see how many we got right, how many we got wrong. There is an international break this weekend, so we're not going to make predictions in this video for game week 4. That'll be a separate video next week. But I can confirm on my YouTube FPL account, my wildcard is active. We're going to jump into that today and take a look at some players that I'm looking at. Today, as I am recording this, it's transfer deadline day. And there's some big Fabrizio bombers been going off all night, all day. And a few of those bombers might end up in our FPL team, so stay tuned to see that. If you are new to the channel, make sure to like and subscribe for more FPL content. If you're a fan of the NFL too, the NFL season is coming back right around the corner. The return of the nameless FPL show. I just put a video up doing pre-season predictions for that. We've just done an NFL fantasy draft. That reaction video to that draft should be going up tomorrow on the channel. Game week 1 predictions for the NFL coming on Thursday. What an exciting time to be a sports fan, man. Let's get into this video. So it was 45 points on the week for us on the FPL YouTube account, 48 average points. We made one transfer this week, which was Iliman Ndiaye out, Semenyo in. Did that pay off? Semenyo got 2 points. Iliman Ndiaye scored again and got more points than Semenyo, so that's a stinker right there. On my other account, actually, I brought in Semenyo for Ndiaye, and Ndiaye scored that same week too. So there seems to be a trend, but looking at the squad, it was a shame to see our goalkeeper not get a clean sheet. Forest and West Ham, that was 0-0 for so long. I could smell a goal in that game. It just so happened it came for West Ham, and then 3 of them came in. It's like you're waiting for the bus. Nothing comes. Suddenly 3 buses come around the corner, and those buses look like Somerville. What an impact he had off the bench. Anyway, speaking of on the bench, we have Rodon, 7 points. Heartbreaking to see. Cole Palmer out injured. Cunha got injured, 1 point in the midfield. He was our vice captain. I was so close to giving him the captain's armband. We went with João Pedro instead. What a pick that was. Ollie Watkins, you're finished. Aston Villa just can't score. The signing Harvey Elliott from my club, Liverpool, but still, they look terrible over there. No creativity whatsoever. And the rest of our midfield just stunk as well. Florian Wirtz, I think your time's up in my FPL team, and Kudus. I did not expect Kudus to give returns every single week, but I do want to see more from Kudus. He's cheap, 6.5 mil I think we got him for. Cheap, fair enough. Cucurella and Truffert saving us from an absolutely terrible game week. Let's take a look at our predictions from last week then. We went 6-4 yet again. Game week 1 we went 7-3. Game week 2 was 6-4. Game week 3, 6-4. Once again, we're getting close, boys. We're getting close to that 10-0. And when we do, I might just retire from YouTube because the payday is going to be nice. But let's talk about it then. That first game, like I said, João Pedro, captain, he got a goal and 3 bonus points. Very nice to see. Enzo Fernandez picking up a goal and assist. He's on my transfer shortlist for this wildcard. Spoiler. He just went up in price last night though, which I'm a bit sad about. On my YouTube account, I've been a lot more relaxed with looking at transfers, and I think that's going to shoot us in the foot. Because the players in our team are going down in price. Wirtz and Palmer have dropped already. And yeah, not very fun to see. All the players on my shortlist are going up in price. Everyone in the team's going down. That's what I'm trying to say. Fulham robbed a little bit, but at the end of the day, that's football, bro. You know, Chelsea won. We won our bet. Manchester United 3, Burnley 2. Manchester United, you guys. I put Man United to win, so we did win on that. But bro, they should not have won that game. That was insane. Like, I really do feel for Burnley. Last week, by the way, I said Jaden Anthony is looking like a Premier League player. Another goal for him on the season. Shout out to Jaden Anthony. They've got a tough run of fixtures coming up though. Manchester United, I don't even have no words. Knocked out by Grimsby Town. I said, you best win this. I didn't pick them in my last man standing league because I just didn't trust Man United. And rightfully so. A lot of people in our last man standing league picked Man United. They got very lucky. A 97th minute Bruno Fernandes penalty. I'm mad about that one, bro. Let's move on. The next game I said last week, I'm sad this isn't on TV because I really want to watch this one. Spurs against Bournemouth. Bournemouth got the result. I went with Spurs. I did say last week I would not be surprised if it is a draw or Bournemouth win. I'm a big fan of Bournemouth, how they're playing this season. I think Iraola is a great coach, probably top 5 for me managers in the league right now. I think that guy, the way he drills his team, is just phenomenal. You know, I always said, will Bournemouth struggle this season? In my pre-season predictions, when I looked at the Premier League table, I had Bournemouth quite low. Stinker, that video, by the way, I had Man United 5th. They're coming nowhere near 5th. They might finish 15th. Never mind 5th. Anyway, back to Tottenham, Bournemouth. I said Bournemouth might finish low because they've just sold the whole defence. New goalkeeper, 2 new centre-backs, and a left-back. And bro, the recruitment team over there, similar to Brighton. Recruitment team, sensational. Round of applause for them. Because Diakite is a world beater. Trufair is a world beater at left back. Those 2 players right there look phenomenal. Petrovic made 1 save in this game. Come on, Tottenham, you've got to be more creative than that. I did say when Tottenham beat Man City, what Tottenham really need is a ball carrier. The midfield of Sarr, Palhinha, and Bentancur, on paper, that's a solid defensive line, you know, for a defensive midfield. And yeah, I guess they create going forward. What, Palhinha scored last week, did he not? He did. Palhinha got one of the goals against Man City. But the whole time watching Tottenham play against City, I always said they need a ball carrier, someone like a point guard who can take the ball from the defence when they win it back and transition it into that final third of the field, going back the other way. They might have that now with Xavi Simons. So going forward, I am very bullish on Spurs to do well this season. But just a big win again. And Semenyo, I mentioned it before, like only got me 2 points this week off the FPL. Last week, he only got 1 assist. Should have scored maybe 2 against Wolves. He had big chances against Tottenham as well. So I think going forward, Semenyo, he's about to go up in price again tonight in FPL. They've got Brighton next, Newcastle, Leeds, Fulham, Palace, Forest. These are just good fixtures to have someone in for in FPL. I think there's such a potential there for Semenyo to get big points and be the top scorer in one of these weeks. But he just needs to convert his chances when he gets them, because he gets them. Bit of a cop-out on this next game. I did go double chance Sunderland or Brentford. Now, on paper, this screamed a draw, but I did just think one of these teams would have the quality to send each other over the line. Ironically, I didn't say this in a video, but last week I was thinking the quality that would separate this from being a draw would be Mikkel Damsgaard and Granit Xhaka. Mikkel Damsgaard did not get a goal or assist, but having him back in the Brentford lineup compared to game week 1, they look like a completely different team. Igor Thiago, by the way, I was very negative about this guy, especially because he scored the penalty last minute against Forest to wipe out my Matt Sells clean sheet in FPL. But he got a goal against Sunderland in open play. And I think this guy could end the season on 10 or 11 goals easily. Not a bad striker, especially now Brentford have sold Visa. He's just gone to Newcastle on deadline day. I think Thiago is in prime position to start probably 38 games this season for Brentford, get 11, 10 goals maybe. Not a bad shout there. And Granit Xhaka got the assist for the winner. Was it the winner or was it the penalty? I'm sure Lafay got a penalty. I can't remember. Xhaka did something sick though. It was a good goal, you know. And shout out to this man right here, Wilson Isidore. He just had a baby girl. It was his birthday and he scored the winner for Sunderland against Brentford. So shout out to him. What a week that is. Moving on, another scary game to watch. As somebody who picked Everton in the last man standing, I did say last week Everton had smoked this. I wish I would have put a unit on Everton to win moneyline, because this to me was an easy dub for Everton. Obviously, it came close in the end, 3-2. Everton defence shambles. They need a right back. But Dewsbury Hall, easily his best game for Everton since he's signed. Goal and assist for him. 2 assists for Jack Grealish. That's 4 assists and 2 starts for Jack Grealish. What the hell, bro? He's completely changed their offense over there. Offense, my bad. My bad. He changed their attack. And yeah, man, it's just crazy to see what a winger can do when he's allowed to play with freedom and play to his strengths. Pep Guardiola, I'm talking to you. Who the fuck am I to tell Pep Guardiola, one of the greatest managers of all time? Who am I to tell him how to change his tactics and stuff? But Man City wingers have not hit since Leroy Sané. Riyad Mahrez was good he had a little stint, but even still, I preferred the Mahrez at Leicester compared to the City one. The way Pep has changed this system to make his wingers play nowadays, it's broken, Pep, and he knows it, but I don't think he's going to change it. He's very stubborn in his ways. He reminds me of Jerry Jones. But anyway, it's a goal for Beto and a goal for Ilman Ndiaye. That's 2-2 now for Ndiaye. I took him out my FPL team, both accounts when he scored. It is what it is. That's karma right there. Do I think about bringing Grealish back in? Probably, honestly. Or not back in, because he was never in the first place. Aston Villa at home, Grealish again might get another 2 assists. Liverpool at Anfield, it's a derby. There's probably going to be goals in this, but my head also tells me Liverpool are going to smoke Everton. And I think Everton might win against Villa. That's 3 wins in a row. They're going to be on a hype, and then Liverpool will just bring them back down and humble them and be like, this is what happens when you play champions. Because by then, September 20, ISAK's going to start and Mark GUEHI's going to start. I'm sorry, Grealish, but for that one, I'm looking at the bench for you. But then, you know, you've got West Ham, Palace, Man City are liable to concede easily. Grealish against City, I like that. Long term, Jack Grealish, I do think, is a good option in the Everton attack right there. Leeds Newcastle was the late kickoff on Saturday, and I want my view back for this one. What a waste of 90 minutes, bro. Newcastle desperately need a striker. They've gone out and got Wisa now. But man, what a waste of 90 minutes of my life. Moving into Super Sunday then. Oh, by the way, I lost with the last pick because I said Newcastle would beat Leeds. But man, they struggled heavily. Yeah, Brighton, Man City, insane, bro. City got that first goal, looked like they were in cruise control. Then out of nowhere. Oh, Mitoma got an assist. Are you kidding me? Did I not say last week? Give me Kaoru Mitoma anytime goal or assist? Come on, boys. You need to follow the bets. Gamble responsibly, but I know what I'm talking about. It's a shame I don't follow my own advice sometimes. I just throw stuff out there. And yeah, Mitoma assist. I did say last week. James Milner with the Jota celebration. Shout out to him, man. What a guy. And James Milner against his old team. At the age of 46, made it 2-1 to Brighton, and Brighton get the big win against Man City, who are shambles. I said last week, this Cherky and Reinders swapping position stuff ain't working. Pep swapped it. This week, there was no Cherky. He allowed Reinders to be that ball carrier that Tottenham probably need a player like. But still, it wasn't enough. Haaland goal. How the fuck did Haaland get 3 bonus points? FPL pisses me off. They've only done that because he's owned by 32% of people. And he's the highest, like, price striker. Like, to give him 3 bonus points when his team lost is crazy work. Speaking of teams losing, West Ham 3, Nottingham Forest 0. I lost on that one too. That's 3 L's in a row. Newcastle, City, and Forest. Annoyingly, I needed Nottingham Forest and Man City to win on this Super Sunday, plus Palace for £300 off a fiver. City lost and Forest lost, but Palace won, which was the big one. Let's talk about West Ham for now, though. Like I mentioned before, Somerville off the bench. He played 8 minutes and got 2 assists. What the hell? He nearly got 1 point per minute. That's crazy. If this guy starts for West Ham going forward, which he probably should, I think he's been coming back off an injury maybe, don't quote me on that. But what a lively spark that was for West Ham. Now the window's closed as well if they can keep hold of Lucas Paquetá. Absolutely cold celebration, by the way, throwing the phone away, saying, I'm staying. Cold celebration. He's got 2 in 2. Say what you will about the Chelsea one being the goalkeeper's fault for being a fucking brain-dead idiot, but 5.9 mil on fantasy football for Lucas Paquetá. Am I going to put in a West Ham player? No. Has Graham Potter changed the formation and changed the system and allowed West Ham to look a lot better? Yes. 9 points there for Jared Bowen. He got, obviously, a goal, 3 bonus points. Should have had 2 goals, but Callum Wilson robbed it off him. And yeah, man, just a shame because Sells had 5 saves. 5 saves plus the clean sheet if it was 0-0. I think Sells is getting me 3 bonus points there and a big week in FPL, but Somerville came on, changed the game. Diouf as well, Malik Diouf. I said this guy's a decent player. Watch out for him. He got another assist. That's 2 in 2. And shout out to West Ham. Fair play. You know, it's crazy what can happen to a team when you just change formation. Ruben Amorim. Ruben Terrorim. Take notes. Speaking of Terrorim, bro, the way Arsenal play football is completely against the game. It's anti-football play. This is an anti-football club. I don't want to hear it, Arsenal fans. What's the point in signing all these players? Madueke, rapid winger who looked good, but Kirk recovered every single time. You've just signed Gyökeres, who wants balls in behind and he wants to run onto the end of things and be able to just score first-time finishes. That's how he got fucking 70-odd goals last year. He needs chances. This anti-football team, they play for fouls, they play for free kicks and set pieces and corners, and it's absolutely disgusting to watch. Even last week when they won 5-0 against Leeds, I was sat there thinking, this isn't enjoyable. This is not entertaining. And I understand, like, you know, would you rather be entertaining or win? That's the question I feel like Mikel Arteta would say if I could speak to him right now. But Mikel Arteta, the way you're going to win games is not like that, bro. You've just lost to an absolutely wonderful free kick from Dominic Szoboszlai. But you came to Anfield to settle for a point. You don't win leagues by settling for points, bro. Not that I know much about winning leagues. I'm just a Liverpool fan. But still, he came there to settle for a point, lad. That midfield of fucking Mikel Merino and Zubamendi together, you're just asking. Like, he put in all these 6 foot man. I thought we were going up against the Vikings, bro. Do you know what I mean? Every player, I think the minimum height was probably Zubamendi, who looks about 5'8" on his team picture, but he's probably not even 5'8". He's probably like 6 foot, but everyone else is like 6'3". You know, Declan Rice and Mikel Merino, big boys in there, and they've got the whole defence as well, which are tall players to try and win headers, lad. And every time they got a corner, they celebrated it like a goal, you could see, because they're like, yes, this is the only way we're going to score, is from these corners. And fair play to Liverpool's coaching staff, because we absolutely dominated each and every single corner. And Arsenal, you guys stink. Yeah, we had your number. Dominic Szoboszlai, yeah, probably, maybe did you deserve a point? You don't deserve it if you settle for it, is my way of thinking. So no, you didn't deserve the point. Liverpool, at least we were trying to play and trying to get that point. You know, Mo Salah probably could have scored 2 in this match if his first touch wasn't complete dog shit. But Dominic Szoboszlai was easily man of the match. He's been playing right back. Arne Slot had to move him there because Frimpong got injured. Connor Bradley's been injured. I think Bradley might be back to full fitness and Slot's still going with Szoboszlai because of how good he looks there. You know, Szoboszlai plays wide right when he plays for Hungary International, so it's not a new position for him. Obviously, right back is a bit further back to the right mid spot that he would play for Hungary, but still, he looked great. He looks great there, you know, and I mean, Slot's not the first guy to put a midfielder at fullback. We've seen Pep try and do it with Matheus Nunes. The difference is Dominic Szoboszlai is great. Matheus Nunes sucks. And Liverpool beat Arsenal 1-0 and we've won the league with that 3 points right there. Like, give us the trophy now. That's it. Over. Because the only way Arsenal are going to catch us or beat us this season would be by taking points off us. And yeah, we've got to go and play at the Emirates. It might be 1-0 to Arsenal when we go there. Then these results cancel each other out. But I'm telling you, it's not going to be. I do feel for Arsenal a little bit because Saka was out injured. Saliba got injured early on. Ødegaard had to come in off the bench. He was injured. So do I feel for Arsenal? I actually don't. I take it back. 3 points to the champions. Last but not least, Crystal Palace, man. Mark GUEHI, what a finish that is for a centre-back. You know what I mean? Assist for Lacroix. Very disappointing because he's on my bench in my personal FPL account. And he got a clean sheet. And 2 bonus points. I'm going to fuck. What the hell? I didn't realise he got that many points. Mark GUEHI though, man. What a finish. 15 points. And what a way to bow out and say goodbye to Crystal Palace because he's coming to Liverpool. You get me? I had Liverpool to beat Arsenal and I had Palace to beat Villa as well. So we go 6-4 on the predictions this week. Fucking hell, lad. I said it was a good week over here on my wildcard team, on my personal accounts, but it's not. That's not a good week at all. We got 39 points. We got more on the YouTube account, which I said had a bad week. It felt like a good week though, because Dan Burn got a clean sheet, Cucurella clean sheet, midfield let me down again. Chris Wood, captain. Something that really let me down in last year's FPL for the whole season was my captain choices. And look at this bench. Lacroix, 11 points. Truffert, 7 points. That is just heartbreaking to see. Obviously, vice captain was Mo Salah. Would have got more points if we just went with him. What a bad week for the personal account too, man. I thought we had a good week there. I guess not. But big changes for that team because Cunha's injured. I know there's an international break now, but I'm taking Cunha out. And I've already brought in Enzo Fernandez. And next week, let me show you the team because it's got me feeling nicey. My first chip of the FPL season is active. Bench boost. Now, the goalkeeper situation sucks. Dubravka, Liverpool at home, or Sells at Arsenal away. That sucks to see because I do think Arsenal will be able to score against Forest, and I do think Burnley are going to concede a lot against Liverpool. But we've got Enzo, Lacroix, Truffert, the forward line, the midfield. There's nobody at bench here. So I think this is a good week for me to use bench boost because I really want Truffert and Lacroix to play and there's nobody I would bench. The only person I would consider maybe is Reinders against United, but then United suck and their midfield's arse. So maybe this is the time for Reinders to have another good game. Chris Wood against Arsenal. That's going to be a tough one, but who knows if he can beat one of those big boys to a header from a set piece. Chris Wood, man, I feel like he's one of those players that does absolutely nothing in a game, but sometimes he'll just score 2. So I am considering moving Chris Wood in the future, but for now we can stay. Over on the YouTube account then, despite having 45 points this week and obviously like a nice little result there, let's check next week's team, how we're looking right now. 8-0 at the back against Man United. Now, I do think Man United suck, and if Cunha's out for a while, it's a big blow for them. That could be a clean sheet for Man City, but I don't like the way Man City are playing, and 8-0, I want him gone from my team. Cunha with the injury, I also want him gone from my team. Ollie Watkins, Florian Wirtz, Cole Palmer injured on the bench. Who knows when Palmer's going to come back? Has it give us a date yet if we click on him? Groin injury, unknown return date. It's time to go for all of those man there, and I'm going to wildcard. I'm probably going to just sit on some players for now for price changes. And next week, when we do our predictions for Game Week 3, I will show you the complete squad for the wildcard team. But the wildcard will be active. And if we just go to our watch list and some players I want to highlight, Vicario is probably going to be our goalkeeper. Mark GUEHI, man, this is a big one, boys, because he's signing for Liverpool. And we're going to have a 4.5 million route into the Liverpool defence. I can't believe Mark GUEHI is 4.5 million, bro. He's coming into the team once he's signed for Liverpool. I'm probably going to replicate a lot of the moves I made on my personal account. Yes, it got less points this week than my YouTube account, but I do want to keep those teams as similar as possible so it's easier to manage for me going forward in the season. But also, I just really like the draft that I made with the wildcard. Yeah, it wasn't a great week when I wildcarded over there, but I think I was planning for the future and I don't need to make a transfer for a while with that team. I feel like Dan Burn, Newcastle looks so good defensively. Honestly, they are very tough to break down. We've already got Truffert in there. Matty Cash, I'm not interested in. Villa suck. And maybe one of the Forest defenders we bring in if we get rid of Vicario. Or if we get rid of Sells for Vicario, sorry. Midfield, like I mentioned, Enzo Fernandez is a big one because he takes free kicks. He's also very liable to be that late runner into the box. I'd be interested to see what Chelsea do going forward now with the striker situation. I think João Pedro is best playing as a support striker off another guy. Liam Delap just got injured for 8 weeks. They've recalled the lad from Sunderland, Mark GUEHI, something, however the fuck you say his name, I'm sorry. And also they've recalled Nicholas Jackson, as he said in his name video. Almost forgot his second name. But yeah, interested to see what they do with him. Does Jackson come back to be a starter? And you still play Pedro in behind? It's going to be weird to see. Or do you just go all out attack, put Pedro as the striker? They've just brought in Garnacho for 40 mil. What an absolute mess, by the way, that Nicholas Jackson saga was. I really do feel bad for Nicholas Jackson. He was buzzing to go and play for Bayern Munich. Had to come back same day. It stinks. Declan Rice, I like that cheap option there for 6.5 mil. 0.1 mil cheaper than Enzo. Very similar situation that I was saying with Enzo. Take set pieces. And I like that pick, for the set pieces, but also for the defensive contribution points they might pick up playing midfield. Not obviously the out and out defenders in their midfield, so they probably won't get that many. But there's still a chance the odd week they pick up that 12 points needed for an extra 2 bonus. For Forest, we've got Anderson and Gibbs-White. Gibbs-White, man, he's a different class of player. But against West Ham, he looked absolutely awful. So that was just a very weird performance to see from Gibbs-White. But when he's on his game, when he's on his day, Gibbs-White is sensational, man. Into the strikers now, we do have Richarlison highlighted. Chris Wood, obviously, because he's on the other account, and I want to keep the team similar. But this is going to be the replacement for Ollie Watkins once we've took him out. Richarlison, obviously, off to a great start this season. What did he get? 2 goals in 2, was it? 2 goals in 3 and an assist. Tottenham have just signed Kolo Muani, I believe, or they're closing in on a deal for Kolo Muani. They're also going to have Xavi Simons come into the lineup soon, so that could equal more goals for Richarlison, or it could equal more goals for Kolo Muani. But I can't see Richarlison getting dropped. But who knows? Maybe that's just extra competition with Solanke, Richarlison, Kolo Muani. Kolo Muani can play off the wing, I think, sometimes too, even down the middle. But he can play off the wing maybe. But I'm probably going to stay away from the Tottenham attack, I can't lie, until I see how Xavi Simons looks. But the big boy right there, bro, is Alexander Isak. It's an Isak bomber on deadline day. Here we go. Here we bomb. Alexander Isak is a Liverpool player. It's official. You know what I mean? At the time of recording, it's not actually official, but it's official. So 10.4 million for him. And we're going to have to rearrange this squad to take out Ollie Watkins, who we've lost money on. We've lost money on Palmer and Wirtz. So we're going to have to try and get Isak in somehow. But if we just take out Palmer, Wirtz, auto pick, Enzo, Grealish, and 4.9 mil in the bank. I like that better than what I had already. You know what I mean? Hekatike and ISAK up front together, both Liverpool men. I actually don't know how we're going to set up with ISAK in the team. Who's going to be the man to move to the left? That's what I'm assuming. I'm assuming Cody Gakpo is going to get dropped, and either ISAK or Ekatike will play left inside forward. But we'll have to wait and see, honestly, because what happens if he drops Ekatike? Ekatike hasn't played a full 90 yet for Liverpool in the Premier League. He played 71, 79, and 78 minutes. He keeps getting hooked without playing the full 90. Maybe that's just concern from Slot, so he doesn't completely tire himself out. But because it's a new league, new system, you know, and he's not used to the pace of the game. I think he's actually said it himself, Ekatike, like it's taken some getting used to. Alexander Isak, though, yeah, he had no preseason and he's been out training with fucking Real Sociedad. It's going to take him a while to get up to full match fitness, but he's been here. He's been here for how long? Exactly. What the fuck does that even mean? I don't even know. But Alexander Isak, bro, once he comes into the team, is this bias of me as a Liverpool fan to say this? I think Isak could get Golden Boot this year. He could get PFA Player of the Year this year, even starting late to the season if he just hits the ground running, because he's perfectly set up to just be that guy. Honestly, my controversial one as well is Florian Wirtz might look a lot better once Isak's in the team too. The way Isak used to play at Newcastle, I'd see him a lot. He would drop a lot. He would drop deep a lot, and it allowed his wingers to get more involved. So that could free up Mo Salah or free up whoever does play on the left, Ekatike maybe. But it could also free up Florian Wirtz to get forward. Something I noticed against Arsenal, at least the first half, Wirtz was dropping very deep to receive the ball when he should have been staying up. Let McAllister take that ball, or Szoboszlai from right back carry the ball up, play it to him, then he can create the chance in the final third. With Isak being able to drop a little bit, like he usually does at Newcastle, that could free up that space for the late run, the stinger, as I call it. You know, some people call it like box crasher, that role, like a number 8 late run into the box. But I call it the stinger. Florian Wirtz could be the stinger now, bro, if Isak can drop and pull a centre-back out of position as well. Little Bergkamp flick round the corner for Wirtz, and then Wirtz could even fizz it out wide to one of the wingers who might be cutting in from that inside forward position that I'm predicting Ekatike might play off the left. I just can't wait to see it, man. As a Liverpool fan, it's so exciting to see money get spent in a transfer window like this. There's been so many transfer windows in my life as a Liverpool fan where we've just done nothing. Or we've spent 90 million on Darwin Núñez and that has been the only transfer and he's been a bust. You know, but this is like Wirtz, 2 fullbacks, fucking Ekatike, Isak, Mark GUEHI, Leone, Mamardashvili. What a fucking time to be alive, you know what I mean? Like I say though, we're going to be back next week with another video to predict the game week fixtures and hopefully win some more money, gamble responsibly. But yeah, man, that's going to be it for this one. We're going to fully wildcard. I'm going to draft it off camera now. I can't wait to see what I can actually cook and come up with. Obviously, it's a week away. I'm probably going to have Mark GUEHI in there. I probably am going to have Alexander Isak in there, which is a risk because are they going to play the first game back? The only reason I'm considering putting them in right now is because the international break's on. So there's a chance that they can come in and play. I think Isak probably will come off the bench against Burnley, which is our next game. I don't think he starts that game. Mark GUEHI, there's a good chance he could start that game though. You know what I mean? Because he's had that season already. He's played 90 minutes every game so far. Yeah, it's a new system to come into and learn, but Canate looked like he picked up an injury against Arsenal. I just can't wait for this, bro. It's a fucking exciting time. I need to stop swearing, but I'm just so excited. I'm so excited for the NFL to be back too. If there's any NFL fans watching, or even if you're not into NFL, you might transition into an NFL fan from watching our content. Me and the boys, we're going to do some predictions for that going forward as well. But if you're into fantasy football, like you probably are, if you're watching this video about Premier League, you might just be interested in the NFL fantasy too, because it's very exciting stuff that goes on over there with the draft system. It's very fun. That video should be coming out tomorrow. NFL predictions on Thursday. And then next week, I don't know what day. So like, comment, share, and subscribe with the notification bell turned on for our Game Week 4 predictions and wildcard. It's Game Week 4.
My granny called, she said, Travis, you work too hard. I'm worried you forget about me.
Hey. Yo, let me wrap this video up, man. I've been yapping way too long. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the vibes. I'll catch you next time. Take it easy, people, man.